Okay, great. So I can even do the training at home. That's awesome. Okay, I'm in. How do I get started?
Getting you started right is critical to building your RX business. So I'd like to spend a couple of minutes helping you with this. The first thing is to have the right perspective on its difficulty. After Rick, the gentleman who first presented this industry to me, finished his presentation, I requested that he explain the hard parts to me. I requested this because I dislike when someone tells only the good side and then later I find the bad side. That's why I want to share both sides with you. He told me the hard part was rejection, deception, attrition, and disrespect. I asked him to explain each. He said that rejection is when you show someone the product or business and they say no. Deception is when people say yes just to make you feel good but mean no. Or when they say they'll show up and don't. Attrition is when people say they will do something and then quit. And finally, disrespect is when people don't understand you and they may give you an attitude which feels disrespectful. After he was done, I asked him if he had left anything out, and he told me no. 23 years later, I can attest that Rick told the complete truth. Now, to put this difficulty into perspective, 2 years prior to Rick presenting this to me, I was in the Persian Gulf defusing bombs on land and underwater. To me, rejection is when a bomb blows up in my face. Deception is when someone sets a booby trap for me. Attrition is when teammates die. And disrespect is when someone's shooting at me. What I find humorous is when people try to tell me how hard building their own business is. What this really tells me is what a plush life they've had. Picture this. I sit in my heated or air-conditioned home in a nice cushioned business chair that has 3 levers to adjust my sitting position just right. I have a hands-free headset connected to my phone for the comfort of not having my head tilted while I'm on the phone. I have a bottle of pure filtered water sitting on my desk, and I can get up and make myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich anytime I want. Never do I risk my life with a bomb or a parachute not opening or running out of air, being bit by a sea snake or losing a leg to a shark while walking the ocean floor. The simplicity of this is, if I call someone and they reject me, I call another. If someone deceives me, I call another. If someone quits, I call another. And if someone disrespects me, I laugh and call another. Because I make millions working from home while most of those people disrespecting me are struggling to make ends meet, having to put their kids in daycare, fighting rush hour traffic, and dealing with difficult bosses, and they're disrespecting themselves when begging an employer to give them a job. I assure you, there's nothing truly hard about building RX. The second perspective of building your own business I'd like to share with you is the financial risk. If you were to buy a well-known health products franchise company, it will cost you $160,000 for the franchise fee. Plus, you'll have operating costs like employees, products, and rent, which on average is about $300,000 a year. The return on that investment will make the owner about $108,000 a year profit. Those numbers were drawn from stores that had been open for approximately 14 years. The reason I share these numbers with you is because if I can get you thinking like a franchise owner, a business owner, you can make a lot of money in RX. But if you think like an employee, you'll view everything as a cost or an expense. An investment is something that can potentially give you a greater return at a later time. An expense is something that doesn't gain any additional value, such as your cable TV or your golf clubs. When I started in this industry, I invested about $1,500 in products to get me started, which at the time was scary to me. But as I stated earlier, 5 years later, I retired having a $25 million worldwide business that has continued to pay me for roughly 18 years. I've not helped that business for 18 years. Wouldn't you say that was a great investment of money, effort, and time? So to put this financial investment in correct perspective, $1,500 at the time might have bought me a used motorcycle or, in today's economy, a flat-screen TV or a vacation, which have no chance in building a $25 million business. To start your RX business, the only real requirement is $30 to get you registered, but you have no products, and I have never seen anyone succeed in any business who themselves don't use the products. I suggest you start RX with the products you plan to build your business with. But one thing is certain, whatever you spend will be substantially less than spending $160,000 for a franchise fee or the startup cost of most other kinds of businesses. If you can't afford the RX products you need right now, I suggest you get creative and figure out a way. Maybe you sell the Purity water bottle, maybe you market the SlenderX fat loss system and make enough profit to get you started. But let me make something very clear. If your creative idea means you have to take out a second mortgage on your house, don't do that. If it means you have to sell your only means of transportation, don't do that either. If this means you have to sell your TV or stuff from your garage or storage unit, absolutely do that. That stuff isn't making you any money. That's not failure. Failure is not starting. If all you do is get healthier by taking the RX products, you're a winner. If all you do is take the products, get 4 customers, and get your products for free, you're a winner. When I started, I sold and canceled everything that didn't have the ability to make me $10,000 a month. That may seem extreme, and it probably is. But I knew it would be temporary, and I also knew to make an extreme amount of money, I needed to do something extreme, because what had been proven was that what I was doing equaled living paycheck to paycheck barely. I also realized that if I didn't have $1,500 to start a business, after working in the Navy for 9 years, I definitely needed to do something different. Next is to put your time into perspective. Time is an interesting thing. We all have 24 hours each day. If you'll divide 24 hours into 3 separate columns, you get 8 hours in each column. The first 8 hours is for sleep. Don't mess with that one. The next 8 hours is for work. Don't touch that for now. But the remaining 8 hours you must make sacred if you're ever going to get out of the time trap. That 8 hours is your escape route. It's your exit strategy. It is your plan B. What you must do to get your dreams is to use that 8 hours building your RX business so that it replaces the income you now earn from the 8 hours you spend at your job. If you get super focused, you could do that in a few months, depending on your income, of course. My main point here is you have to be efficient with that time and guard that time against all wasteful actions. It's been very interesting to me to look back at those people I showed my business to 15 to 20 years ago who told me they didn't have the time. Today, they're still in the same or worse financial and time condition. I replaced my income in 6 months, but because of my contract with the U.S. Navy, I couldn't leave. So I worked part-time for 2 years and then full-time for 3 years and then retired for the next 18 years. Follow our lead and we'll help you out of the time trap. Don't fool yourself into believing you don't have time. So let me walk you through getting started. Number 1, call the person who put you on this site. Tell them you're ready to start. Number 2, place your order to get your products and training. Number 3, start your training. Number 4, get your first 4 customers. And number 5, help those get their 4 customers. Forget building a multi-million-dollar business for now. Simply focus on getting your first 4 customers, and then your products are free. Help your 4 get their 4 customers. You're making about $250 a month. This $250 I suggest you use to advertise your business so you have customer leads. If there were truly a secret to my tremendous success in network marketing, it would be that I took all my profits and invested back into advertising my business every month. As small as those profits were in the beginning, I still found inexpensive ways to advertise my business. Then, as my profits grew, so did my advertising budget. The final perspective I'd like to share with you is fear. Most everyone who starts anything new has fear. Don't allow that fear to stop or impede you. What you should really fear is reaching retirement age and having little to nothing to live out the rest of your life on. Millions of people are turning 60, 70, 80 years old, and they earn practically nothing and have to live on pennies from the government. That's what you should really fear. Instead of having fear of starting RX, focus on this very logical idea. Everything has a sequence or series of steps that you need to know how to do and then do. In RX, those steps are: number 1, know how to get leads. Number 2 is know how to invite your customers to look at the RX products or business. And number 3, know how to present it to them or allow a video, website, or brochure to do it. And number 4 is to know how to help your prospects get results with the products or business. That's it. And those steps are what we will immediately train you how to do. So join us. We'll walk you baby step by baby step until you can do each step and achieve your goals. It will be our honor to work with you.
Do you know what I love about network marketing? It's not just the money I earn, although that's very nice, but it's the personal growth that happens as a person goes from earning free products to whatever they choose. They become different people, more confident in all areas of their life. And I love to help people achieve that kind of freedom. And Tim and I can hardly wait to help you achieve that kind of freedom as well. Join us.